Chief Diversity Officer at Google, I consider myself the chief steward, the steward of belonging in the workplace, the steward of making sure that each person that comes into Google, that their experiences are the same and that they can really bring like all of who they are to work so that they can innovate better, create better, and we can create better products.
Mm-hmm. You talked about you're proud of what you've been able to accomplish so far at Google. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes, I am especially proud of the racial equity commitments that we have at Google. And following the murder of George Floyd, we deepened our longstanding commitment to equity through a set of 8 racial equity commitments. And our goal has been to build sustainable equity, both internal to Google and external to Google. And external to Google, I now lead an HBCU President's Council that Hampton University is a part of. And we not only invest financially, and we invest with unrestricted funds so that presidents like President Williams have their own ideas and their own motivation and their own interest of what they need to do for their universities. And so unrestricted gifts are really important. But in addition to that, we're helping to advance the research mission. And we're also helping to do the digital infrastructure transformation. And so one of my colleagues that's with me, Cindy Irvin, she's with Google Cloud. And we're also here looking at how we could help with digital transformation here at Hampton.
Mm-hmm. It was nice to see the emphasis on diversity and equity and inclusion following George Floyd. Since it's been around now for a little while, do you feel like there is an attack on equity?
I believe that there's an attack on equity, but I believe that's because it's misunderstood. Because what we're really doing with equity is we're actually making sure that we have strategies that get to the heart of where people are. And in some cases, we're going over and above to make sure that people can compete at average. Equality just paints like an equal approach, but it doesn't recognize that people come into the frame at different spaces. So equity is really important. So as an example, we want to overinvest in Hampton University so that all of the students here have an opportunity to compete fairly for all of the opportunities that are really there available to them.
And it's not about taking something away from other people.
It's not about taking something away. It's really about how do we add to what's missing so that everybody has an equal playing field. But you can't get to an equal playing field without equity because people start at different places.
What do you miss about High Point?
I really miss the food. I think the food that we grew up on is the best ever. So I miss that, and I really miss the kinship and the friendship of growing up there too.
I really see this partnership as part of Hampton's future. Within that future, one of the things that we want to do is we really want to upgrade the digital infrastructure and the broadband infrastructure of Hampton University. Google donated $1 million already to that effort and is already committed to helping us to reach that, not dream, but imperative. Because we believe that this university has to upgrade that infrastructure and be in that space to continue to be as viable going forward as we have been since 1868. And Google is a huge part of that.
Yeah, definitely a huge part. And obviously, just from the gathering that you have here, the students have taken to it tremendously. It's probably piqued the interest of kids wanting to get into that field.
Well, I think that's an understatement. And with the students that you saw here today, I go to a lot of gatherings that we have with lots of companies. But I would say that today was as full as I've seen this auditorium or any of the other gatherings, because I think there is an understanding about what it is that Google brings to the table, what this field of endeavor mean, what the opportunities are within a company like Google, and I think our students are keenly interested. More important than that, I think the fact that we had 2 alum on our panel today and one Googler, as she mentioned earlier, and then Cindy from their team, who's just all in on assisting Hampton University. There was a genuineness and authenticity to the support and the help that's being provided. And I think that resonated with our students. And so I think they're very, very interested.